Right. So, hello. Haven't done one of these in a while. One of these simulated wrestling matches in these wrestling games, and the simple reason for that being I just lost interest somewhere along the way, and I just stopped doing them, and I did other stuff. Straight and simple. But I think more than anything, the content idea for the entrance music just got to a point where it's like nobody's watching these things. Nobody cares. Let's just move on to something else. At least do something that I could actually remotely enjoy without much consequence or anything else. Okay, so the deal is I wanted to do 2K19, which was the last game that I actually played. But turns out I actually did buy 2K22 at some point, which was the first one that they came out after the debacle that was 2K20, which I did not get and wasn't going to get it in any event, even before the whole thing with the way that the game turned out. And then it ran. You'll see in the video why I didn't get any more games, other than the fact that I just don't have time to play these things, and it's not worth it for me for what little time I actually spend on these things. But yeah, I figured regardless it'd be fun to do a match between Kofi and Creed, because I don't think they could use the New Day, because that's WWE intellectual property. I'm not sure if Kofi could still be called Kofi. I think you'd have to call him something else. Creed could be Creed, because he was Consequences Creed before. Now he could just be Austin Creed, which I think is his own thing. But Kofi would have to come up with some other name. But yeah, we're doing this in an empty arena because that's the only way this game is going to run, is if there's no people in it. Which ideally for TKO, you want a lot of people in there because that's a lot of money going in it. But that's not the case here. And now you know why they were asked to take a 50% pay cut, and they said no, and that's why we're going to see them in 3 months elsewhere. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they'll pop up on Evo or something like that, and here we are. We got the French national anthem playing in the background. We got the technical con officers, as it were. TKO. Not exactly subtle or clever. Okay, so obviously we got Dwayne in there because Dwayne's like a shareholder. I wanted a Nick. I couldn't find a Nick, so instead we got Almost as Nick. Nick is about that big anyway, so anyone who has seen Nick Khan, he's a pretty big dude, all things considered, so Almost is almost good enough, I guess, I suppose. I don't know. Anyways. There's nobody in the crowd. It's just a purple hue. The lights are off. Nobody's home. And you're going to see why I don't do any more of these things. At least, like, in hindsight, I probably should have done this on the bigger PC that I bought, like, a couple of years ago that I barely use. That would have been a better place to run this thing. Instead, I'm running it on the mini PC where it runs like shit. I mean, this is as bad as that one WWE game that's graced the Switch 1, which, by the way, Switch 2 is getting a price hike. Have fun with that. That's what I need, is shit that's already expensive and can't afford. Now it's going to be even less affordable. Not that I really care, because I'm happy with my Switch 1. I've got more than enough games on the old Switch that I can go back and play, that I still have to go back and play. All things considered. And yeah, a whole bunch of people. Oh, we were going for a cover. Creed's going for a cover. Dwayne broke up the pin. Yeah, this is bad. Slow-mo, stuff like that. And I had to kill the crowd. Like, I kept a couple people because you want to have at least a couple people there. So it's not a total empty arena match, but even then, it's slow-mo, it's bad. Yeah, I really should have done this on the other PC, but on the other hand, it's only for a one-off thing, so I really don't think it's going to matter. And I apologize to anybody who's watching my normal stuff, who don't get the wrestling stuff. Know that a bunch of people got fired recently, either because the creative had nothing for them, they were outside of their budget, or they asked some of those folks to take a 50% pay cut, which they were probably making like 6-7 figures, and they said no, we want to get out of here. Okay, see you in 6 months or 3 months or whatever the case may be. 90-day no compete clause, which is usually standard fare with WWE. It's always been a thing with WWE, though. They'll sign you to like a 5-year contract or whatever the case may be, and you have to commit to it, but they can let you go whenever you want in 3 months' time, whatever the case may be. So it's a bit of a the contract's only as good as the paper it's printed on or the people who produced that contract or uphold it or whatever the case may be. It is such is life, I suppose, for better or worse. In the meantime, I should probably care about this match, but I really don't. I'm just like, in hindsight, I probably should have run this off the bigger PC, but I don't know. Maybe next time, if there is a next time. There probably isn't going to be a next time. Not that it really matters. Ooh, a big boot from Nick. Oh, we're going to go for a pinfall. Let's pretend to care about the match. 1, 2, you can fit a whole Stephanie McMahon Hall of Fame speech in between each count, but regardless, TKO wins like they always do. They let a whole bunch of people go. People are complaining about the creative, but they just broke more revenue records and things of that nature, and that's all they care about. They care about the money and whatever. They're going to sell to the Saudis in like a year's time. Like, if WrestleMania 43 doesn't involve them selling to the Saudis, I'll be shocked. Because I think that's where I think everybody knows that's where it's going, but whatever. It is what it is. 1.5 stars for the match, a lackluster match. If this were in the Tokyo Dome, it'd be 3 or 4 stars. If it involved Okada or Kyle Fletcher or whoever, it'd probably be like